Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And of course, in its entirety, you can view the program again on Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. on all of your cable stations in Acadiana.
And welcome to the North Pole. That's where Santa Claus lives, right?
Santa Claus is, I've been on a little tour there, and I knew it would be cold in Opelousas. In fact, it was 29 this morning in Opelousas. I checked my weather at my little house in Natchez, Mississippi. It's 21 over there.
Wow.
Predicted to be 16 tomorrow morning. Called Melody and Ron, my neighbors, and they went on ahead and cut the water off last night and drained all the pipes for me. That's good neighbors. Good neighbors.
You have to buy them a hamburger next time you're up there.
And of course, Melody is she goes by Francez, F-R-A-N-C-E-Z, is how she spells her name. And she's from the Lafayette community area. So somebody out there probably recognizes who I'm talking about. And good neighbors. If I'm not mistaken, she's a CPA. I know she works for a CPA firm in Mississippi, a rather large firm in Natchez.
Sure.
And that was nice. I got the message they had left last night on my cell phone. I called her this morning to thank her, and she said, "Oh no, what you did for us to get us into this little house here, we love it." I bought a second house it's actually the third house I bought, but I sold the middle house. The second one I had bought, I sold it, and I kept this one as a rent house, and they are renting it in good renters. So things are working well. And Opelousas, of course, tomorrow, Wednesday, 29, I said that, and I think Thursday, Opelousas, something like 27, I think it is. Wow. Here. So kind of cold, but I found out that you turned the heaters on yet? My technician, you turned them on?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to get kind of warm if I don't start
them hot lights in here will get to you.
Shredding some of this clothing here, but you got to be prepared. You know, I was a Boy Scout, so I learned how to be prepared at all times.
I hope you're prepared to go without your glasses this segment.
Yeah, this segment I'll have to go without my glasses. But good morning, everybody. The clowning is over with. We're back to, and of course, this is my sidekick. I want to make sure he gets paid 0, 0, 0, 0. Full quarters at 0.
How are y'all this morning?
And like the preacher from Macon, Georgia would have said, and Ashley Chris would call me on Sunday mornings to listen to him, and he would talk in one of these tank type situations, you know, echo, and he says he's not preaching for money. He was just preaching to live a good life with Christ in mind at all times, and we all children of God, and you know, he was real good. And then he'd finally get to the kicker. He says, "Now, you know, this is not about money here." Right. But it costs a lot of money to operate, and he says, you know, these cost of radio is very expensive. And don't forget, nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
There you go.
And that's kind of what we're working on. And you know what else?
Did y'all get to see that technician crawling around? That's going to make the blooper reel there today. When Steve was crawling around getting your glasses. Glasses are back.
Oh, yeah.
Back in action.
Back in action.
Man, the Bobby Dupre Show was wide open this morning.
Who was here a while ago? Worker.
Matt LeBlanc.
No, not, well, Matt was, but
Beth Briscoe.
Beth Briscoe was here.
There we go.
And she, of course, her sister works, Annette, works with the Fries, and they do a good job. I told her, I said, we had she and Patsy Fry on our program, the picture of them a while back. She said, "Well, I didn't know that." And of course, I also reminded, I said, "Do you realize that March 31st, or the end of March, it'll be 2 years that the station was sold to Delta Media."
Okay.
And we gave them a 2-year contract on a handshake. They wanted to write it up, and I said, look, you start writing it up, it's costing you money, then I'll have to get me an attorney, it's going to cost me money. And I said, all I want to do is continue doing the show like we've been doing it, with the same privileges and same format and everything. They said, well, that's no problem. We're going to put that in writing. I said, well, why? If we can agree on it like this, let's do it. So we had a 2-year verbal contract. And with some privileges, I guess, to go on, we'll hear from the big boys.
Yeah, if they decide they had enough.
If they had enough, they'll let us know. And I hope not. But you know, these big companies like Delta Media, they go in different directions than what us little boys in Opelousas. We are going to be taping in Cancro. People
Correct.
have heard that on the street, I guess,
Right.
and don't mind saying that. It's sometimes in the near future, I'm told.
There's a studio there and a studio here, and it doesn't make sense to try to run two different
two of them.
studios,
No,
right?
it's not cost effective.
You got it. How about this weekend, Saturday?
Well,
no, what you want to do?
Sponsors.
Oh, I got sponsors.
Yes, sir.
I got those.
That's who makes all of this possible.
Let's start with Targill. If you want to get a little seasoning, go to Targill Seasoning and Supply. They can help you out with butcher supplies, cutlery, kitchen supplies. If you want to do your own seasoning mix that you want to sell, maybe you're doing a mix that you just want to use. If you're a restaurant, if you're a home caterer, home cook or caterer type business, you can get that stuff done there as well. They've got all your different things that you need. If you're a sausage maker, if you need the chopping blocks and knives, everything is there. Go by Targill here in Opelousas. And let's also talk about how about the Steamboat Warehouse? Get mama away from the smell of her own cooking. Go by the Steamboat Warehouse. Beautiful Washington, Louisiana. Great building, great atmosphere. The food's always excellent, all those good Louisiana seafood items, great steaks, Angus beef. And don't forget about seeing the chef owner, Jason Hugay, on the cooking show here tonight on KDCG, What's Cooking. Does a great job every week. It's going to be Mako shark and rainbow trout is going to be on the dish, so you can try it out. But we also want to talk about another project that Jason does. He's always involved with charity work, of course, helps us with the Cerebral Palsy Clinic fundraiser we do, the Breakfast with Santa. But he's also doing his big annual gumbo cook-off at Frank's this weekend. It's Saturday from 8 a.m. until big gumbo cook-off. It's the 8th year that they've done it. Frank's downtown, Steamboat Warehouse, the Doran law firm with Pride Doran. Marksman Property Management involved as well. Liquor sales at Frank's a portion will go to help out, and all the gumbo type things and auctions and bands out there playing, all are going to go to help. Brienne Riviere, the daughter of Shannon Stanford and Scott Riviere of Port Barre. She's about a year old, has cancer, needs a whole lot of treatment, a whole lot of prayers. If you can help, and of course I always talk about the grandparents that I know, Brian and Mona Stanford. Brian, you may know from Guarantee Glass here in town. Please go by. I know I'm going to swing by. And also this weekend, going on during the day too, 10 a.m., the Walk for Life is going to be over at Queen of Angels. It's the pro-life Walk for Life. There's a little program there for a little while inside Queen of Angels at 10. It's ecumenical. People from all sorts of churches come by, get a talk about pro-life issues, not just about babies, but also about the elderly. It's all about, quality of life and taking care of the least fortunate and the most needy out there. And of course, John Mill and Jerry have done this 20+ years over through Queen. So. Yep.
We have discussed the date for the annual meeting of the 3 Mile Lake Association.
Yes, sir. We have.
Actually, the real name is Lake Association, Inc., but we call it 3 Mile Lake so that we clarify what association we're talking about. And it looks like, have you had a chance to call?
I have not, but I talked to Jimmy this morning, and I've got everything lined up. It looks like it'll be that last Monday of February.
February 24th
if we can
is
secure
the
room.
Tentative date, and that's what, a day different from last year? I think we were the 25th last year or something in that neighborhood.
Usually close to that last Monday of February.
Right,
we do.
and we, of course, encourage everybody, when you receive your notice, we try to send those out approximately 2 weeks before, because if you send them out too early, they tend to forget to attend the meeting.
Sure.
And we've had nice attendance in the last few years. And I'm going to apologize one more time to Dr. T. Joe Savoy, the president of UL in Lafayette. He is a member came by, shook my hand, and I didn't realize till he was walking out of the room who it was. I didn't know he was a member of the association. Not only a member, but he attended. Thank you, and looking forward to seeing you. And anyhow, we should have a good attendance. And Andrew, let's work on that matter.
We got it. How about this? I saw that LSU swim team beat Texas A&M swim team in a meet in Baton Rouge this past week. And what caught my eye was I saw a freshman, a true freshman, won the 100-meter breaststroke against A&M. Silas Dejean here from Opelousas, Tommy and Cindy's son. Congratulations, Silas.
Attended the 5 o'clock Mass at St. Andrew Catholic Church this weekend. I was at the camp in Winfield and didn't get to attend Mass there because I wanted to go on Saturday afternoon. They don't have a Saturday afternoon. They only have a 10 a.m. And we were on the way back. So I attended 5 o'clock at St. Andrew Catholic Church and saw a friend that I had not seen in a long, long time. I'm speaking of my longtime friend from Krotz Springs, Louisiana, Mr. Sam Morrow. Sam owned, or still owns, I think his son operates the business and maybe is the owner. Anyhow, the Sam Morrow family.
Station and convenience store.
Exxon station, convenience store, and grill. Real popular place there. Busy, busy, busy. And Sam waited outside for me and gave me a big hug. And we go back to have really met and got close to each other by attending the annual retreat at Grand Coteau.
Men's retreat.
Men's retreat in Grand Coteau. And he says, I really need to go, but Bobby, I don't think I'm going. And I said, well, if you change your mind, we have a room for you.
That's right. If you want to come to the men's retreat, the week it's going to be starting Thursday night, February 27th through Sunday, which I guess is March the 2nd. Give me a call at 351-0732, and I can hook you up to come join a whole bunch of good guys. How about this as well? We've got the Opelousas Catholic Tasters Dinner, Auction, and Culinary Competition. Huge event every year. It's coming up again. It's going to be February the 5th. It's going to be a Wednesday at the Opelousas Civic Center right there off Cresswell. They're going to open the doors at 6 p.m., so that's just a couple of weeks away. Tickets are $30 a piece. If you want to get in, you can get tickets at the OC Development Office, St. Andre Homestead, Bodemiller the Printer, or you can also go by Piggly Wiggly. Call 942-5404.
DOTD, that's the Department of Transportation here in Louisiana, has begun work on Vine Street, a project that really has been in the making and in necessity for many, many years. But I saw some equipment there a few days ago. It was getting the traffic directed here and there, but they are laying some. And it says overlay started in preparation for complete resurfacing.
Yeah, this is just a facelift until they can do the heavy work later. They're hoping that this will kind of just make it smoother, but they're going to come and redo the whole thing. People told me, they said, that can't last. I said, well, it's not supposed to last. This is just a temporary fix.
Now, that's not the smooth road home.
No, nothing to do with that.
No,
literally, this is the state.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to clear, and it's not the city either.
It's not the city, not the parish, just the state.
These are free dollars. Well, you know, it's our dollars, but it's nice to get some of them back from Baton Rouge. It's kind of hard to get them back.
And we're going to need to take a break. We're going to see you folks on the other side of 1 minute.